right.
Let the internet judge us as such.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night knit night with Louise and Jocelyn. I made it. I
we,
made it.
you're having a day. I'm having a week, so this is going great.
Wow. That's good. But the exciting part is my work week is now done.
Excellent.
And this weekend is a fiber show.
Which is always fun, right?
It's so much fun.
What are you trying to tell me? Yes, I know she's on. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks, Zoom, for letting me know I'm live on the internet.
We are live. So, and I got an invitation out last night.
Okay. Did you take it?
I sure did.
I was hosting last night, so I didn't go anywhere, but people came to me.
Oh, well, that's good. That's just as fun. I I met up with some knitting friends and went out for dinner. I saw Dawn from the Codependent Knitters and Marianne, who sometimes has filled in podcasting with her sister Marianne, who is
Yeah.
the amazing sweater knitter.
Yep. Yep.
And then her friend Shirley, who Shirley has been on like in the chat in the Fiber Friends and my Monday nights. And but I'd never met her in person, so I got to meet her in person last
Oh,
night.
nice.
And then, of course, Adrian. So that was lovely just to get to sit and chat to them, talk about knitting, and of course, they're all getting ready to go to the show Saturday as well.
Good.
Yeah. It's going to be a great weekend.
If it looks like I'm looking down a bunch this time, I'm crocheting, so I'm actually looking down because I gotta see what I'm doing.
Let me tell you, I am so excited about our crochet challenge.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm crocheting.
I'm starting to think, well, I should go check out Yarn Utopia's
Yes.
YouTube channel so I can maybe, I don't know, is it cheating if I watch like the first couple videos?
No,
Or is that just called prep warm up kind of thing?
it's not cheating.
Not cheating?
Just don't make any judgments on if you can or cannot do a thing till you try it.
I can do it all.
I
I
think
can
you
do it
can too.
all.
I don't think it's like, come, guys, I'm crocheting in black yarn. I can't see it. I'm doing fine. I'm making the shapes I'm supposed to. It's not that hard. It's the same as knitting. It's one thing at a time. Learn to knit, then learn to purl, then learn to. It's the same thing. Learn a single crochet, learn a double crochet, and then all of a sudden you're like, I can do that.
Well, see, and as much as I like saying I can't, I can crochet.
Mhm.
I just it'll just be like a little bit of a refresher for me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm totally using instead of like doing one granny square a day, I'm gonna work for 10 or 15 minutes a day and I'm gonna make several little granny squares and use the first couple of months to do a blanket and get a blanket
yeah,
finished. And then
I
do the same thing because I'll have that time frame in the morning where that's what I'm working on. That'll
mhm.
be seaming the blanket together, weaving in the ends, and that's gonna count towards my crochet for the day because I'm working on a crochet project. But like the same rule applies like if I was knitting a memory blanket, right? Like that one mitered square a day counts. I just try I don't think in January I do not go, oh, I gotta do this to the end of the year. In January I go, sweet, I'm doing this today. Because by the time I reach September and everyone's like, oh my God, you've been doing it for so long. I'm like, yeah, but at this point, I'm so close to the end, I'm not stopping now. I'm not stopping now. That would be
Yeah,
dumb.
that's good because yeah, you don't want to think, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
like the song. No, I'm really, really excited. Really, really excited. And Marianne last night when we were at dinner, Marianne was saying that I think she and Dawn are doing a Granny Square cardigan. I
Yeah.
forget what the pattern name. Do you know which one they're doing?
Oh God, there are so many granny square patterns. No.
Yeah, I
People
don't
are like, I'm doing
know.
a granny square pattern. I'm like, there's thousands of them.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
can.
say excellent because I know the shape you're gonna have at the end, and it's
Yeah,
really cute.
it is. And Dawn had posted, on Instagram at some point. I don't know if I can find it. Ooh, I just opened it. Oh my gosh. I just
Good.
Instagram, you guys. Timber Yarns has restocked
Uh-oh.
vintage Christmas.
Well, that's a cute colorway.
It is, but she's not going to be at the show on Saturday.
Okay.
How am I going to get my hands on it?
You
Oh,
order it.
it's a reel. It has music. Okay.
It's really good. You order it, Louise. You already know you like it. That's what you do.
I don't want to order it. I just want to get it.
Oh, jeez.
So it's not, it's the colors, well, maybe there, but look how beautiful that is. I'm knitting her with her yarn for my Halloween socks right now.
Oh,
Anyways, I was always looking up Dawn. Do you think I'll be able to find where she posted that cardigan?
maybe, maybe not. Somebody in chat might also know which specific one they're working on.
Let me see. Let me see. Let
But yeah,
me.
no, there's a
There's Granny
lot.
Squares. I thought she had posted, maybe it was in her, if it was in her stories, that would be, never ever find that.
Well, that's because stories only last for 24 hours
Exactly.
and then they go away.
Lots of socks, lots of socks. Dawn, your socks are amazing. Oh, and then we're into a Christmas tree. I think we've gone too far. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. Anyways, doesn't matter. Like Jocelyn said, Granny Square cardigans are basically
It's like
Granny
saying I'm
Square
making a
cardigans.
boxy sweater. It gives you a generalized shape and you know they look good. The details are going to be fun to look at, but you have the general shape in mind of what's going
Yeah,
on.
I'm just
Drink
looking
more
here. There's
tea.
crocheted squares.
Guys, I had to scarf supper before we went on tonight. Whew.
Oh, anyways, I don't know. But anyways, it'll be yeah, crochet. I'm really looking forward to this. But oh, my whole purpose in talking sidetracked about Dawn's cardigan is that Marianne was saying she can crochet a granny square. And obviously, I suppose this is depending on if it's worsted weight or fingering and how many rounds each square is, right? Like the size of the square. But she said she
Oh,
can do a square in like 20 minutes.
a lot of crocheters start with like number four, so a worsted,
Hmm.
that's always interesting because when you look at crochet patterns, they're using yarn, but instead of saying worsted, they'll say a number four.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll use like they just go one step one way or the other with the terminology, which can cause some confusion. Which is why sometimes people like now when they listen to me, sometimes I say number four, sometimes I say worsted weight because I do both. So in my brain, they mean the same thing because they mean the same thing. But if I'm doing a crochet pattern, they'll talk about a number four. I don't always remember to translate that to worsted
Oh, okay.
in my brain, which is fine. It's the same way with like hooks. Everyone's like, "Oh, what letter or number of hook do you use?" No, I know it's millimeter because that's set. Because just like
Yeah.
knitting needles, the numbers go one way for US and one way for UK, and then crochet hooks are the same way. It's one way in numbers for one, and it's letters for the other. No, millimeter size is standard.
Yeah. And that makes sense,
So
right?
I just use millimeter because then it doesn't matter what pattern I'm looking at. Though I do suggest Journey Utopia for people who are like learning to like stick with her because she uses the same terminology. It's always so tempting to just like Google search and find, but you don't know if they'll be using UK terms or US terms, and those are different.
Right.
Like, don't do that to yourself. That'd be like, oh, I'm gonna learn to purl and Portuguese purl at the same time. Like you're gonna, that's not gonna be, that's not fun. Do one and then learn the other.
Yeah. So can I show you another reel?
Of course.
I'm wondering, did Nikki send you the reel?
I
Um,
haven't been on social media today, so.
no, she sent this probably last time we were chatting about this. So I don't know, or maybe after Monday night or something. Wait,
Ooh,
I gotta get
probably.
it. No, stop. I don't want music. Okay, wait. So you guys, hello everybody. Okay, stop. Wait. Okay, how am I going to be able to do this? Flip it around. Okay. So Nikki said, oh, she sent me this reel. So not sure if this is the exact blanket that Yarn Utopia did. I'm kind of thinking probably not, but it
Your
says,
Utopia's done a lot of videos.
has she? Yeah, and I don't know who this one is. I don't think this was Yarn Utopia. So this is on Instagram and it's a reel. And this woman is going to like, she's unveiling an Afghan. It says, this is what crocheting granny squares every day for a year looks like.
Oh yeah. Like you'll have tons of different sound. Like it's a lot. Like if you do a figuring weight square, but you're only doing like 3 or 4 rounds, it's a small square. You have a king size blanket. If you do like 4 or 5 rounds on a worsted weight, the square is much larger. Yeah, much larger. I made several, not one. I made several.
Isn't that, I'm like, I'm obsessed with this.
If you think about it, you make it in acrylic. It's you can make picnic blankets. You can sew them together into bags. You can sew them together into cardigans. You can do a lot with a granny square.
That's right. Is this? Oh, okay. So I'm just looking to see what this, we are knitters.
Say you like a square, but you wouldn't want it all over the place. Make that in a cotton. Oh, you have a coaster.
There you go. Anyways, yeah, so that reel was from We Are Knitters.
Okay.
And she's, oh, it says luxury yarns and DIY kits. Interesting. Weareknitters.com. Okay, that might be super fun. Oh, and she's got exercises for knitters pinned to the top of her page. Anyways, yeah, super fun. But I know just seeing that Afghan, I'm like, oh, it's making me think I really, really need to think about my color choices. Maybe I don't know, maybe a little bit more. And will I be able to use stash yarn? Maybe, surely I should be able to. I've got like a lot of the stuff that's behind me, all this bright, colorful stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need to get what's on this side. There's some gray. Maybe I just need to get like a base, like a navy or a gray, and then add in colors.
Now, what you can do is pick the colors in your stash that you like and make your squares
Mm-hmm.
and then leave it alone. And then when it's done, figure out what squares you want and what project.
Uh-huh.
Then go buy a neutral color and I can teach you how to join in the round. And you'll have a border of neutral between each of your squares, which will tie
Oh,
your blanket together and let you keep the pops of color from individual squares because you've basically window framed your square.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, do that. That way
Okay,
you don't have to worry about it right now and you can be like, I want this because it's springtime and that's what I'm vibing. But at the end of the year, you're like, yes, but these squares look good with these squares over here that I didn't like November because I was on a pink kick or whatever kick you're on for that month, right?
exactly, right?
And you can pair those together or you like the way the shapes work and you use the neutral color to just finish tying it all together. Then that way
Okay,
you're not trying to worry about buying for a year's worth of crochet projects and you can work through your stash to start and
right.
then buy that neutral to supplement for whatever you do. Because that's what I did with my blanket. Like, has everybody seen the Instagram photos of my bed blanket, like my bed spread?
Yes, I saw them when you finished. Yeah.
They're literally stash leftover Karen cake balls in cotton worsted in a variety of colors. And I just crocheted them up till I had enough for bedspread. And then I had 2 big balls of lily and cream, was the lilies and cream white, and I crocheted all of my Karen cake squares together. So every square of color is surrounded by a border of white or gray. Because I did a little gray window box in the middle for fun. That's it. I gave it no more thought than make a ton of squares in different colors that I liked. And then as I put them together, I was like, I did a dark square this time, so I'll do a light square this time. Looks great. I had no thought. No thought outside of what color do I want my neutral color to be. Everything else was either yarn that had been sent to me or was leftover scrap yarn from other projects.
Did
I got 1 ball of sugar and cream So like that technically at the time that I made the project cost me $20 because I'd bought the yarn for other things or it had been gifted to me. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, that's it. That was all the thought I put into it. Those are just basic granny squares.
Oh, see, and I like that with the cream because then it doesn't really matter what
No.
color you have. You're right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the variations in between because I can play with my stacks of squares when it's time to assemble and I put them into, in my case, I did darks, lights, and mediums, and I just alternated what stack I picked from. And that's what I did. I was
That's
the same when I like we were such new podcasters. Like it was the first year we podcasted. So like we started podcasting. I had a major abdominal surgery and I crocheted a granny square a day. So like at the end of the year, I wasn't at the point where I was good at like remembering to record what I was doing.
Mhm.
So I just sewed the squares together, and the ones that I liked, I kept, and the ones that I was just like, kind of indifferent about, I sewed
Yep.
together into throw blankets and I donated it to local charities because it was all made with acrylic yarn. Like
Well, this year. So what are you going to do this year? Are you going to,
I've got 400 balls of stash yarn. I'm going.
so are you going to dock?
I've got more than 400 sneak peek. I'm doing a stash busting update in December, and yeah, I still have more than 400 balls of yarn to work through because I keep bringing yarn into the house. Which I at said at the outset I was not going to not do. I was not going to stop buying yarn just because I was trying to work down the pile of stuff I had. But I'm starting with a advent calendar, odds and ends from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. because I've knit with her stuff for so long, right? Like I
Yep.
love her stuff. So I've got a ton of fingering weight base. I'm gonna hold it double and I'm starting with DK weight squares. Solid granny squares. And all I'm doing to start with is probably going through a mini a day. Because it'll take me about 15-20 minutes to crochet up a mini because I get 4 squares out of fingering held double. So I'll do that until I'm out of Advent. And then I will do that till I'm out of scraps. And then I'll block 1 square, just the one, measure it out,
Okay.
and then I will just do the math. Like, how many squares do I have? How many inches there are across? And figure out what my square footage is, which will tell me how much I have. I might have a blanket at that point. I might be so close to another bedspread, I might just keep going until I have another bedspread done. Then I'll connect them all because I won't. I sewed tiny granny squares once for my aunt. I called it the blanket of doom. It looked gorgeous. I will never sew that many tiny squares together again, ever.
Oh no.
Never ever. No. It was 3 weeks at nearly 8 hours a day. It was a queen size bedspread and it was a ton of squares that were 3 inches by 3 inches sewn together in a diagonal radiating pattern.
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Never doing it again. I'm just absolutely never doing it again. I had
Yep.
bags of yarn and different just no. Just absolute and all the ends. No, absolutely not. This time around, I knew better for my bedspread, like the bedspread I made, and I know better for the bedspread I'm gonna make. I'm gonna crochet in my ends as I go to
Yeah,
reduce the minimal amount of weaving in I gotta do.
probably a
And
good
I'll
idea.
do a connect as I go. This time around for this blanket, I think I'm gonna buy, I don't know what neutral yet because I haven't laid the squares out. Like I don't know what all my colors look like yet. But I'm going to either slip stitch or single crochet the squares together on the right side so you'll get a little like waffle well sort of situation in the colors because the gray neutral or white neutral, whatever it is, will pop on top. So I'll have this really fun texture to go with. And again, all I've done is single crochets and double crochets.
Wow.
No pattern. I just know that I would like to have less than 400 balls worth of yarn in my stash. I don't know how much less, but like less than 400.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
That
You,
goal alone could take a couple of years.
I'm gonna take a peek in the comments here. So,
Yeah.
hello everybody. Everybody's been chatting away here while we've been chatting crochet. Juice says, "Did you see that Stylecraft Special DK got new colors and a new mill location, or is it not yarn that you see often on your side of the pond?" We do have it here, Jude. I've seen Stylecraft. Lens Mills has Stylecraft. I know that. I'm not sure if Spinrite does as well. It's not in all our yarn shops, but we do have it here. That's always exciting when they expand their color range.
I have no idea if I've seen it recently or not.
So is that, Jude, is that like one of your staple yarns for you? That's exciting. Hi Melanie. Oh, love your pumpkin tree. Thank you. I am like really, really happy with my pumpkin tree, I have to say. So Nikki
Good
said
kid.
she finally finished weaving in all the ends and trimmed them on her Scandinavian winter throw. That's exciting. That sounds just kind of like what Jocelyn was saying about having 20 million ends to weave in. So who else? I see Sam, Cindy, Susanna, Sally, Jude, Nikki.
Erin comes over on Fridays, and I have like the two most boring tasks on the planet to do while she's there while we're visiting. Otherwise, I will never do them. Weaving in ends and cutting up thrifted garments to make fabrics.
Oh, but that sounds fun. Weaving in ends. Yeah, you need to do that with somebody or put on a movie or yeah, get
Someone needs to
together.
hold my butt accountable or I will not do it. And Erin will hold my butt accountable and make me do my work, so I have woven in ends.
Okay.
She comes over and she borrows my sewing knowledge and my sewing table and space to because she's learning to sew things. So she's excited to do some sewing projects. So we set aside Fridays because she
Yeah.
works from home. So leaving the house lets her disengage from work. And we
Mhm.
have sewing afternoons. And I putter and do little things, but sewing afternoons.
That's fun. Hi, Kim. What else is going
Oh
on?
yeah, tea.
Susanna is here. Donna. Hi, Sally. Nancy. Katie.
Ooh, that's good amount of people today.
Yeah. Oh, Sam's asking Intarsia. Yes. So who was Kim was saying she's craving mug rugs right now. I'm on her second patch by Heidi and Lana and just
Mug rugs are so cute.
made oh, I love Intarsia. I'm craving it for some reason. Intarsia, I love it. I feel like it gets a little bit of a bad rap.
If you manage your yarn, you're fine.
Yeah, that's
And it's
right.
so pretty.
I love it. I love Intarsia. So anybody who doesn't know, if Sam's unsure, so we talk about stranded or fair isle knitting quite a bit, and that's where you're carrying all of your yarns across all the way around the project. Fair isle, picture a sweater with a Santa Claus, a snowman, a cat, a dog, a picture right in the front. And you just use all of those colors just for the picture.
In
All the
Tarja,
way.
you
Yeah.
said Fair Isle.
Oh, Fair Isle is the stranded where you're carrying it around.
Round, yeah.
And Tarja is where you just have the picture, and all your colors are just used in one section. And they hang there on bobbins or butterflies. You can make little butterflies. You just use little strands of yarn. It's yeah, it's really, really fun. And you can make anything you want, any kind of picture knitting. Oh, yep, so that's what Kim's saying. Sam, it's color work, knitting without carrying the yarn.
Pretty much, yeah.
Color stays just in its section. So it's not double thick like stranded is. Yeah, lots of fun. Nikki says, yeah, it took me a week to weave in the ends. Oh, she said, did make it bigger than the pattern, but not a lot bigger. Well, you might as well have it a good size, right? You go to all that work, you might as well do a little extra and get it the way you want it.
For everybody
Oh,
who's wondering, I'm making spider webs.
oh, are you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so Jude's talking about your, like for you weaving in as you go. She's saying continuous join as you go for crochet squares. Oh, was a game changer when I learned it for her last square blanket. Yes, I could see that would be. I could see that would be. Jude says, I'm now ignoring how many ends I have hanging out on various blankets waiting for me to weave them in. If you can't see them, they don't exist. Absolutely. Who says you have to weave in your ends before you wash it, maybe? You know, like really, you can use the blanket with the ends out.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, what else is in here?
See, spiderweb.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what are those, just chains?
Yep. Chains and double crochets.
Where are the double crochets?
The your spokes here,
Okay, okay,
those
okay.
are double crochets, and they're
Oh,
connected with chains.
look at that. I knew they were chains. I'm pretty impressed.
I need a number to complete a project, and I need two more, I think, and then I'm done. Well,
That's
two more that I need to wash and block everything I have and make sure it's big enough, and then decide if I need more or not.
okay.
Which is good because tomorrow is laundry day, so I would really like to do the washing and blocking tomorrow in the morning so they've got a chance to dry out.
Yes. Okay, where did
So in
the
theory, I can assemble it on Saturday.
yes, Kim saying everything is easier with practice. Absolutely. Melanie, I haven't seen it available. Oh, on the east coast of Canada. Okay. Jude says, yep, UK-based mill now too. Lovely for blankets. We don't get some of the acrylic you enjoy for blankets. Ah, yeah, no, I'm sure I have had Stylecraft before.
I suspect it's like everything else. It just depends on where you are here, what you'll carry. I
Yeah.
don't look at ball bands unless I'm looking at buying, but for a lot of UK mills, not normally for me.
Well, I mean, but that's what makes it kind of special, right? Because then if you ever go on vacation, it's nice to have special yarn, right? It's
I just order.
you- true, true. Oh, Susanna. Oh, this sounds like a good problem. 2 months to use up 20 vacation days.
Take some vacation, babe.
I like that problem. That sounds like 20 days of relaxing, of knitting, crocheting.
It's long weekends. Like do some of them as long weekends.
Yeah, yes. Oh, okay. So, hi, Deborah. And Jen is here. Jen says, oh, Jocelyn, this is for you.
Uh-oh. What I do?
Oh, I don't know. Is this going to be a touchy question? I'm not sure. Jen
Probably
wants
not.
to know how the MCAL knitting is going.
Not bad. I'm still behind. Like Clue 3 dropped and I'm not there yet. But whoa, Clue 1 was a lot of knitting. That's a lot of knitting. And that's fine. I would be working on that right now, but this requires less brain than that does, and
Yeah.
I absolutely need less brain right now. I can't do a Stephen West MCAL clue and talk at the same time. It is either clue or talk. But my colors, oh, coming together. Jen had the idea to for spoiler for Clue 1, guys. He has you make semicircles, like little mini half circles
Yeah.
to start with. Each one of those half circles is just shy of 100 stitches. Then he has you connect those together with a wedged garter strip triangles to make an obscene number of stitches, like 350 plus or something crazy like that. Then you keep moving on, right? So you're supposed to put your semicircles on waste yarn. Could you imagine me trying to pick up waste yarn at an MCAL at a fingering weight? I would have never been able to do it. Jen's like, we'll just leave them on the
Yeah.
needles. Just use your spare set of needles. Totally the right call. I absolutely, was it a little more fiddly? Absolutely. Did it slow me down a bit? Yeah, but it's still faster than if I'd picked up
But you
those
can
waist
do it.
stitches. Because of course, like my yarn management then became a thing right as I was creating my
Yeah,
triangle
yeah.
wedges. But no, it's gone together smoothly. There's been no complicated technical stitching. It's just been a lot of basic, and that's fine. Looks so pretty. I cannot wait. I so far I've been really good, and I've not been looking at the clue before I'm there to work on it. So like I have no idea what clue 3 looks like because like I'm not there yet. But I am closing that gap. So I'm hoping to be done on time or like just like a week behind, which is great considering I didn't start on the 3rd, which was the Thursday. I started on like the Tuesday after.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so you've got a
So I
little.
started almost a full week behind.
Oh, Kim says she almost joined, but she's got too much going on with the caring for, what is that? Some another project. So, well, yeah, you can only do all, like, you can't do all the fun things.
No, and I mean I definitely had to make the decision to do fewer Halloween amigurumi this month, which was fine because I'm gonna put up my Christmas tree early next month. Sherry's gonna be so proud of me. And she's like a November 1st, the Christmas tree goes up kind of person.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I need to turn that into a Halloween Christmas tree, so it's going up early this year so I can start making decorations for it.
yes, yes, like
Because like
anytime.
that needs to happen.
Well,
And I was gonna start this month, but Stephen West has absolutely derailed that plan.
I do have to say, I do have brought up a Christmas tree box and it is sitting in my dining room, just waiting. A little
I
okay,
have
but it is out of the basement.
Well, most, not all, but a chunk of apartments will have storage in the basement. Like you can get a storage locker
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
And I've been trying to get away from that and having enough stuff to need a storage locker space. So behind my mannequin, there's a closet. And
Okay.
that is all of my seasonal and house stuff. Like it all lives in that little
Okay.
closet.
Yep.
I mean, I say little, it's very deep and narrow, which is fine. It works great. I need to pull some seasonal out because the air conditioning unit has to go in there now. Because that's done for
Oh,
the year. But like right now, I'm waiting for the filters to finish drying because I washed the filters at the end of the year and they were gross. So like I'm waiting for those to fully dry before I put it all away for the season.
yeah.
I didn't dare take it down early. Like we were having 30-degree days in September.
Yeah. I know.
Didn't dare.
Carried on, right? Oh, Jude says I've been watching the MCOW clues and enjoying the spoilers, knowing I'm not knitting it.
I took a couple years off from Stephen West. Sometimes he gets very technical, and while I love the challenge, I have to occasionally do things backwards because I knit backwards. So like I have to connect backwards so that everything's facing the same direction.
Yep.
Like I have to be very much paying attention to right side versus wrong side when he wants me to do something to make sure that I'm going in the right direction and I'm using the right side for things. Otherwise, I'm backwards and I'm carrying floats in the wrong places. Like I already have to be paying a bit of attention, but oh, his stuff is so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And I love the ones I've made from him. Like I love them.
I have never done one. I have never done one, but someday I will.
I would recommend if you do one, instead of having New Start Mondays, have check-in Mondays.
Probably.
It can be a lot of knitting.
Well, yeah, they're always big projects for sure, and always interesting
Did I
pattern,
mess this
full of
up?
fun things.
Nope, I'm fine.
Mm.
I'm just going bonkers. Don't mind me. We're fine. I'm crocheting in black yarn. This just is interesting.
Okay, yeah. So Kim says she's done a few of his make-alongs and enjoys them, but her role as a caregiver has become full-time. Yeah. Well, that's Austrian 87 mother-in-law who has dementia. Well, you know what, Kim? That is wonderful that you've got this time that you can spend with her.
Absolutely.
That is wonderful. Oh, Jude says they're so much fun, but agree with Jocelyn. Lots and lots and lots of stitches, but so pretty.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Does like if you do his MCal, it's you might not know what you're making, but it will be a piece of art when you're finished because that's
Yeah.
what he makes.
And that's
Yeah.
beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim says she just got the studio and the house decorated for Halloween this week. We'll change it with Christmas the beginning of November. Yeah, I know. the seasons, they just roll. It's like we're finished with Thanksgiving. You all in the States have got Thanksgiving still to look forward to, but
My Halloween's staying up this year till end of Christmas. I'm just kind of shoehorning some Christmas in there.
why not? Why not? Make it how you like it, right? Yeah, I've been having fun with just different Halloween and fall decorations. It's just so fun.
I bought the last pattern I was able to buy for the month this morning.
What did you get?
I got five, six. For so I'm selling the TV, and I inherited the TV,
Yeah.
and I've had it so that when my dad comes over, he has a TV to watch. But I'm done. Like I've never turned the thing on unless dad's over. So I'm like, no, it's gotta go. It's just a big piece of equipment I do not use. So I've got it measured out and I've checked to make sure everything's still working properly. And I because it gets dusty. I never use the thing. So I did all the checks and it's ready to be posted on Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna sell it. It's gonna be gone. But I'm gonna have a whole fire mantelpiece board of nakedness that needs to be filled.
Well, that should not be hard.
So I've made some stuffed pumpkins because you always need some stuffed pumpkins on a mantle. I bought a plastic dragon skeleton from Dollarama, named her Persephone. She's gonna go on there, but I need some sort of stuffies. Like I need stuff that'll survive falling if my cat knocks it over.
Because
And
yeah, you know
I'm.
that can happen.
It's funny. You'll understand why it's funny at the end. I've been eyeballing a stuffy pattern for stuffed eyeballs with witch hats on them.
Ah, love it.
It's
Love it.
called Focus Focus Pocus.
That's so
So I was
fun.
like, yeah, that was my splurge this month. I bought that. Like, wasn't on my list,
Oh,
but that was my splurge. And I have white yarn, and I can make colored irises, and I have some black yarn. So I'm gonna make a pair of eyeballs in different eye colors with witch hats.
oh, that sounds super fun. You totally
Hmm
need to do that.
And then
Ooh,
I'll make them
you're gonna.
Christmassy by knitting them a scarf to go underneath for Christmas time in Christmas colors. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I love that.
Or crochet them one because that'd be faster.
You are gonna love this comment, Jocelyn.
Uh-oh.
Mary says she's finishing her Choose Your Own Adventure shawl and she loves it.
Good, I'm glad. It's a
Oh,
beefy shawl. Like it's a shawl, half a blanket, couch throw, like whatever it is you need it to be. But when we were Dan is like, how big do we want to go? I'm like, no, I want drama. Like I want to put this on and I want it to be the thing you
yeah.
see. So like we went blanket scarf and we went big old blanket scarf size. It's huge. But when you put it on, you feel so fancy. You're just like, all right. I
Well,
can go to the opera, I can go to the theater, I can go to the grocery store. I'm covered. Let's go.
um, Carol came into knitting today and she was dressed like just like she had her beautiful sweater on
Hmm
and then this gorgeous shawl. And it just looked so nice on her.
There's the monster.
Oh, it was lovely. Oh, Nancy says, oh, for the eyeballs, you make them bloodshot as well.
You could, yeah. I'm not going to, but you could.
Oh my gosh, Melanie, you need to make these for your daughter. Melanie's daughter works as an optician.
Okay, yeah, that would be really cute.
That would be fun. You need
That
to
would
make
be really cute. I just wanted stuffies
it.
for my mantelpiece, so when the tiny dictator knocks them off, because edges of things and cats,
Yes.
they survive the fall.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, oh, that's so fun. Yes, Melanie, you need that pattern. You totally do. Wouldn't that be fun for her
They
just to,
look like fun and they don't look overly difficult.
yeah, and just like use them, put them around in the office, like and then or like knit a big pair and then put like a pair of frames over top of them or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have so much fun with that, couldn't you? I love it. Love it. All right, well, Jocelyn, you'll have to show us yours when you get them.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have to show you guys. In theory, I take photos at some point, put them on Instagram. I have been really bad about logging the stuff I'm doing this month.
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
in so much as like writing about it, editing and posting it.
it
I have
takes
so
time.
much content that's just waiting for me to edit. It's just sitting on my phone or sitting on the computer waiting for me to put the filters on or clean
Yeah,
up the lighting and the white balance and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, just do the work. And I won't do it. I'll just make something else and then take a photo and never post that either.
I know.
Uh,
I know. I sometimes do that too. Oh, Melanie says she has been decorating the store for Halloween. That's so fun. Oh, what? Kim says, have you seen the new book coming out? Victorian Parlor Cats to Knit.
no, but I'm gonna go
That,
look.
that sounds right up your alley.
I am so gonna go look.
Oh, hey Liz. I'm so glad you've here. I know it's Thursday,
Victorian cats to
Friday.
knit? Victorian parlor cats to knit.
Victorian Parlor Cats. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm just picturing little teacups, like little. That's so fun. Hey Liz, so what are you working on tonight? We've been chatting about a little bit of everything.
That's
But
really what mid-month motivation's about. Like, do you remember what you're supposed to be working on?
yes, I do. I do. Do you remember what you're working on?
Yeah, the linen top. It's a valid question for us to ask each other at this point in the month.
Because yes, we or me, I have been known to sometimes forget.
Well, I
But
mean, so do I, but I usually panic and then I go, Austin, what did I say I was working on this month? Austin knows. Austin keeps track of these things for me.
good job. I know we need virtual assistants.
Some days, yes, I do.
Oh no, Kim says she's like, oops, Victorian house cats, not
Post
parlor.
cats? Okay.
House cats
House cats.
to knit by Sarah Elizabeth Kellner. Well, that Victorian house cats, I don't, if it just Victorian gets me. Louise, can you talk about my, okay, you guys, without reading the comments, whose comment is this? Louise, can you talk about my dishcloth challenge next year?
Oh, I don't know. That's a toughie.
If you have listened to any one of our knit nights before, you will know that that is from our good friend Samantha. Yes, so Sam is gearing up. So you all know about her dish class, right?
Yeah, she does great on those
Oh,
challenges.
holy smokes, she does. So this year, she's just been taking it easy. She's got, I don't know, like 50 done or 40 done or something. You
That
know,
that's a year off frightens
that
me.
that that's a year off, you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, she had three finished today, and they were all gorgeous. Three mosaic knit ones and lovely, lovely patterns. So her challenge, she's going to beat her number from last year, and I think last year's 206, I think it was. Okay, I can't remember. 200, 206, 207. One is the number that she did, and one's the number she has to do. So yeah, so she's just kind of getting
All
all
right.
ready, getting some yarn gathered together to start, New Year's Eve night at the stroke of midnight. She's going to cast on. I'm anticipating I will get a picture. You know how typically at midnight, or well, as late as you stay up on New Year's Eve, right? You text friends and family, say Happy New Year. I'm expecting at 12:01 a picture from Sam with a dishcloth cast on. Oh, striped Halloween shawl, Liz. I thought for sure you'd be making socks.
There's a crocheted Halloween half circle that I want to make, but I don't have time. I don't have time.
A next year project?
Yeah.
That's all right. I mean, the year goes by so quick. It's
Yeah.
going to be,
And I want more Halloween in my life, so there'll be more Halloween stuff.
you should. And it won't take long for September, end of August to roll around, and it'll be time to start thinking Halloween knits.
If I'm smart about it, I start saving up after Christmas so I can actually buy Halloween yarn this year or next year.
There you go.
So we shall see. Because there's like a couple of they're American, which fair. That do Halloween countdown yarn kits. So like I would like to try one of those. There's
Yeah.
Arcane Fiberworks here in Canada. It does amazing Halloween colors, like amazing Halloween colors. I've never worked in his yarn before. Like Dad won 5 skeins of DK weight yarn of his in gingerbread, which is a lovely Christmas color. So I'm like, I need to work in his yarn and see if I like it, and I'm pretty
Oh,
sure I'm
yeah.
gonna like it. Then I need to save up and like buy some of his, like maybe I need to buy Krampus is coming, or like the Ghostbusters colorway, or like so it's just like I need to start investing in the Halloween yarn colors because that's what I like. I like
Yes.
those strong colors. And then it gives me that beautiful excuse of, well, it's a Halloween color, so I should make a Halloween thing. Like I'm using the Borg Club colorway from the Star Trek Club colorways. I got 3 extra skeins of it, and I'm making a wood woes out of it.
Oh,
I'm making a fingering weight sweater out of it because it's in the Borg colorway, which is very Halloweeny in my brain.
okay.
So
Sure.
I'm like, that has to happen. But at some point, I want to have like ones where like, oh, is this? And I'm not saying it's the I am the Borg colorway. I'm like, nah, it's my Ghostbusters, whatever, you know.
If that's what it looks like to you.
Hmm.
Okay, so this must be about the cat book.
Mm,
Sorry, excuse me.
no
Uh,
worries.
November 5th is the release date. So, oh, Melanie, I just looked it up. It's available for pre-order through Amazon.
Is it got a digital version?
That's a good question. Oh, Jocelyn, Jude is
I'm
wanting
with you.
to know who is the designer. So I'm guessing that's the Halloween shawl.
Oh, yeah, hang on. I'll look it up on my phone because I'm on my computer. Yeah, it needs to be the knitting book needs to be available in digital format because I can't read physical print anymore. So
Oh,
if I can't have a digital copy, I don't buy it because I
yeah.
can't use it.
Well, hopefully, I want. Oh, I'm going back here to look here because I know.
I'm off. I'm on the hunt. I will pull up that crochet shawl
Hmm.
better.
Anyway,
Phaedra! Really? You're gonna make me clean up that mess. Hang on, guys. My cat threw up.
oh no. Okay, well here. I had just missed, I knew I had missed a comment from Kim, and she said about her mother-in-law. She said, yes, I love her. I've taken care of her since her journey started over 10 years ago. She is why I started knitting and crocheting, but the last year has become a full-time thing. Yeah. Well,
It does go that way with dementia. It's always sad to watch somebody have to go through that. Could you get down in case you do that
that's
again?
nice. She'll
So
like
at least I have
taking,
to clean up less of a mess.
oh, she's listening to you. Well, Kim, she'll be taking lots of comfort knowing that you're always there for her every
Because I
day.
didn't think about it and I left yarn underneath the thing, so she threw up on yarn, so it's gonna be a nightmare to
Oh
clean.
no, that
It's not like she chose to be sick, so
unfortunate. Yeah. Oh
she
shoot.
didn't wake up and decide to be sick. It just means she overate.
Hmm.
And for cats, that's always the danger, right?
Oh, you're in luck.
It's
You're in luck. You're in luck.
is it digital? Okay.
Tony says yes, it's available on Kindle.
Excellent. The crochet shawl is called Hello Web. So
Hello.
Hallo and then web.
Okay. Hello. Well, that sounds fun.
Can I do this without showing off too much glare? That's what it looks like.
Oh, oh my gosh, look at the lacy points on the bottom.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So it's gonna
That
have to move to next year. I mean, I've already got a list for next year, and that's the second thing on the list, right?
I like you definitely need to make that. That yes, absolutely.
Because I put the spooky bouquet on next year's list too. Just because I have very tiny budgets, and I can only do so much.
Yep.
So I have to plan out. So like this one's for next year too.
Oh, that's fun.
because I think that'll be delightful.
So is the vase crocheted?
I don't know. I've just looked at the pictures and decided I wanted it.
Yeah.
But I knew for sure it wasn't in the budget for this year because like the pattern's $4 US to start. And then you got to have the yarns for it. I obviously have the hooks for it. It's crochet. It's 18 inches tall and using a 3.75 millimeter and a 6 millimeter hook
Hmm.
with it's got 16 pages and 60 images, so that should be fine. You need some aluminum craft wire. That's fair. Otherwise, those eyeball flowers will not stand up. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The usual, please don't resell the pattern. I really want to on my patterns. I just want to at the bottom, like the warning is just don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick. You want to make it and sell it, help yourself. I am so excited that you want to do that. Otherwise, just don't be a dick. Like I shouldn't have to remind you to be a decent human. You either are going to be or you're not. And no warning I say is going to change that behavior.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, people know, right? It's and if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. And
Yeah, there's no amount of strong wording that's gonna change that, right?
oh, wow.
So I don't know if it includes or not, because it doesn't say in the listing. I mean,
Hmm.
possibly it's just a
Or
black
you
vase.
could be.
And you just make the flowers, but I love the green, like the colored stems and the eyeball flowers on the top. It just, yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
I need to make one of those. I got to get out of the Ravelry or I'll be in it forever. Stupid cat. Like
Oh,
I'm such a cat mom. My thoughts like, okay, go clean because your cat just got sick. But nope, I'm on the internet. I'll have to clean afterwards. It's
he's
fine.
okay. Oh,
She's
cool.
fine. She's almost 8, right? So like she's 8 in
Yeah,
October. So like we're just at the point now where we overeat sometimes and our body won't do that anymore.
yeah, yeah.
But we're still young enough in the senior stage. We haven't figured that part out yet. So we still scarf food sometimes.
Yes, they do that.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm-mm.
that's fine.
Him is off. Oh, to shower and to bed.
Totally
Okay.
fair.
Hugs to everybody and happy yarn weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost a yarn weekend.
Thanks for joining us, Kim. Have a great weekend. I know it's Thursday night,
It is.
which means really it's the weekend because Friday's Friday and you know, Friday. It's the start of the weekend in my book.
I
Well,
don't
it technically is because
Here's the thing is I don't take weekends off. So I just do different stuff. But I'm always doing I because if I have a day off where I don't have any work planned, I don't do anything. So I do work every day. I just don't do a full 8 hours every day. I
mm,
usually do like 6, like 4 to 6 hours every day.
well, that's 6 is pretty close to a full day.
And I like it that way. Because then you get like the super quiet holiday Mondays. I get through so much stuff on a holiday Monday.
I love holiday Mondays. I have to say. So you guys look at this. Now that my never-ending shawl is
Is
finished,
ended.
it's ended, it's done, it's wearable. I had to find another one. So,
Yes. Did you pick up a whip?
yes, I did.
Woohoo!
Can't remember this this yarn. Hmm. Thinking it was a lichen and lace, and I think it was maybe called pressed flowers or wildflower. Might have been wildflower.
Okay.
And yeah, I love it. So I don't know. I started it well over a year ago because I think my plan was to have it done for the spring. Because to wear a wildflower shawl in the spring just makes sense. But it is
Hey, I've
now
got
autumn.
summer dresses I might finish in a week or two.
Well, see, then we're just going to be ahead for next year, right?
Pretty much.
Yep. Nikki's agreeing. She says, yep, it was wildflower. Oh, this was, so Melanie said this was her first full week back to work. Oh, after whooping cough. It's been a long week. Ugh. Well, then you're ready for the weekend too.
Right? Uh, the only other adult female who sits at the gaming table that I play D&D at, because it's me and her, and then there's two teenage girls in the group. It's one of the other players, two older daughters, play. So technically we're 4 and 4, like we're evenly split, 4 boys, 4 girls,
Okay. Yeah.
which is fine. But the only other adult at the table that is female in gender orientation sent me a text message, and we talk back and forth because she crochets and I crochet.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Don't come on Saturday. There's pneumonia in this house." I'm like, "Well, my
Mhm.
ride works heebie-jeebies in October, so he's not going to be there anyway." But yeah, no, we wouldn't have shown up with pneumonia in the house, and we won't show up till sometimes possibly after Christmas because pneumonia can last for a very long time. And the last thing I can do is get pneumonia. Like
Yeah.
it's at the point where the whooping cough numbers are so bad everywhere that my doctor has me on short notice to go into isolation if the numbers get too high.
Oh
Because if I
dear.
get it, I'm at a higher risk for nasty outcomes.
Yeah.
Same with pneumonia. It's like I've done enough damage to my lungs being sick over the years that the next one could kill me quite easily. So like we get very paranoid.
Yes, you got to be super, super careful
I have
for.
to be so damn careful. It's so frustrating because I'm like, like pneumonia, there's nothing you can do about it. But I get mad when people don't get the flu shot and they don't go get COVID vaccines. I get grumpy real fast. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
we're gonna have conversations and you're not gonna like them. But she said to me, she's like, but I've got things that I've canned and frozen and I want to give them to you, but I am contagious with tiny chicken plague. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. They'll freeze and they'll be there when I get there.
That's right.
But she's made a savory jam topping for this year, and she processed her pumpkins and her apples. So like there's homemade applesauce and crabapple jelly and some sort of roasted onion jam stuff for the top of toast. She says it's amazing. She put a jar aside for me, and like pumpkin puree that's frozen and sitting for me.
Oh,
So like I've got a plethora of things in her freezer that I can't go get.
soon enough, though. Just be patient.
I'm like, woo, so very excited for when they get here. Uh,
Paula, I am going to work on this pattern. Very,
your
very,
wildflower one.
yeah. Well, yes.
Does
Just
it have a pattern or is it like is it just your basic asymmetrical go forever?
yep, pretty much. Just
Okay.
yep, yep. But I will write it out for anybody who's new and hasn't done it, and
That makes total sense. How
make it
many
a.
of those do you have on the go? They're very beautiful.
Well, I don't know. This, no, maybe just one more
Okay.
because I have been finishing them.
Well, I'm
That's
tempted
the
because I've got obviously stash to bust through, but I've got a couple of skeins of fingering. I'm thinking about doing another pie made me shawl.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about doing another one of those because I have my first one I did was with a shawl in a ball, and I took two shawls in a ball, so like it's 300 grams.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
was like, I'm thinking that again, but I'll just added a fourth skein just so I can stripe between colors and like randomly change the colors up as the
Oh
pie
gosh.
numbers change
Yeah, yeah.
because I think that would be fun.
Totally would be fun.
Yeah, so I think I might do something like that.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be really great. Oh, hey, Pravina. How are you?
And I need a break from all the garments I'm making. Oh my God, I'm on a lot of garments. And it'll
Well,
be February before we know it.
I know, and then it'll be sweater challenge. Paula says 28 shawls I've got on the go. Jude was going to say four. I don't think I have that many.
We were talking like cowls or mittens or hats, like that number would jack up real fast. Because
Yeah,
you cast those on because you're like, this is a week and it'll be done. And then like 6 months later you pick it up again. But like shawls, not so much. Sweaters, you have a fair number on the go because you get so close. And then
yeah.
like me, you get distracted. I get so distracted. Like I could have finishes if I hadn't started the West Ham cow. Having said that, well, I'm so glad I was rubber armed into that real quick. Super happy with that. So no regrets. Oh my
Yeah.
God, one more spider web, guys. One more. I
Ooh,
had to make
where'd you
three
go?
groups. I needed to make three groups of four, and then
Okay.
one really big one. And I need one more. This is one of the small ones. So I need one more of
Those are
these
so fun.
size. Then I need to wash and block and sew it together and see if it's big enough or if I need to add more spider webs.
Oh, Liz is absolutely correct. Liz says if Louise put her projects on Ravelry, she would know how many shell projects she has on the go.
Yeah, but then you have to put them into Ravelry.
I know, but I want to. I want to. I got close to doing it this past weekend. How many socks? Ooh, that number is a lot higher, Mary.
That number's a lot higher, yeah.
I found I might even on Sunday when I come home or Saturday night or Sunday when I back this weekend, I might actually just go through all my projects that I've gathered up, all my whips. I think I have most of the ones that I've started since January. Um, yeah, there's a few things in there. There is a few socks.
Oh. The Patreon Enid is on Saturday. If I'm smart, I get them to police me and make sure my project pages are up to date.
Ooh, there you go. That's good. Liz is guessing 10 socks. I don't know. I honestly don't think it is quite that many, but maybe close.
I have stripies and my cheerful raspberry orange sherbet socks. I have two socks on the go right now.
Ooh, okay.
Which is kind of like when you're like, we'll do a November 1st cast on Christmas sock thing. I'm like, I actually have two sock sets in Christmas colors that I want as Christmas socks. So I'm down to do that.
Hmm. Yes.
I have free needles because I've got four pairs of sock knitting needles. So like I could do that. But if I'm smart, I'll wind up because they're 100-gram balls. I'll wind them up into 250-gram balls and do two at a time.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, so if anybody is on here who wasn't listening Monday night, we're going to do a Christmas sock knit along starting November 1st to November 30th. Can be any pattern. The yarn just has to be Christmassy. So red and white, red and green, red, white, green, blue and white, blue and silver, whatever seems Christmassy, holiday ishy to you. That counts. Can be striped, self-striping, can be just plain vanilla, whatever you would like. So if you want to join in, that would be super fun. We'll cast on November 1st and watch Christmas movies and knit socks for the month of November.
Well, I'm gonna listen to Christmas things, but yeah, same idea.
Well, you can do.
I have to find out if they're doing a retelling of the Christmas Carol of the Davenart this year.
Okay.
So I live in Winnipeg. If you didn't know, there's the Dalvin Art Museum. It is the house of the first
Mm,
governor of Manitoba.
okay.
It's near me because I live close to downtown.
Okay.
And off the house, because they obviously do house tours, like it's been maintained since its original creation. So like you can walk through a Victorian Edwardian house and like
Okay.
see the butler's pantry and the dining room but they like to do events there. And one of the things that they like to do around Christmas is they do a retelling of the Christmas Carol. So you can go on one of several nights and sit in the living room salon space. It's obviously very intimate, very private, very quiet because you can't put a lot of people in there, so the tickets go real quick. But you have the story told to you, like a storyteller tells you the story in the Victorian house. And there's caroling that goes on outside, so like you can go watch carolers as you're coming up in and out. Like the building that's been attached to the side does slightly larger things. Like they'll do historical garment discussions. They did a radio drama replay of the end of the world.
Yes.
Yeah, so like I've done those sorts of things there, and obviously it's supporting a small museum, right? So it's like
Yeah,
it's
that's
important you
great.
go and you do these things, but oh, it's so good. It's so good. I should go see if they're doing the Christmas Carol again this year, because if they are, I will absolutely go. I'll be masked because of course I will be. And that's fine. But it's nice because I'll like that'll be the only thing besides my glasses that's outside the time zone I dress in, because I'll dress in my Victorian Edwardian wear and I'll go.
That
It's just good fun. It's just such good fun. And then you get a story read to you. Oh, so
that's so good. Yes, Sam, we can do Intarsia next week. Hi, Diane. Oh, what is this? I was supposed to go to Mary Max on Saturday for my Christmas yarn, but not sure if I'll make it to Woolstock this year. Oh, well, you can't always do it all,
no.
but you're going to Mary Maxim for Christmas yarn. That is very exciting. I know. I'm just like, oh, I know. I can't wait to see what there is for Christmas yarn, either at Mary Maxim or see what there is, what hand dyers have. Yeah, very, 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 very excited. But for right now, I'm really, really having lots of fun knitting the timber yarns. Um, Hallows Eve, the Halloween. It's just like such fun colors. So I'm really, really enjoying that. I'm gonna not rush Christmas. Enjoy all the fall things and the Halloween things.
I'm only rushing the tree so I can decorate it.
That's right. Well,
I technically I have a Christmas present already. Like I've Diana already like my Christmas present from Diana's already here. I'm not gonna wrap it. I know what it is. It's in the plastic mailing packages that it got mailed to me in, and that's fine. It's just gonna go under the tree.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, but so I'm guessing it's squishy yarn.
Oh yeah, it's yarn. Guys, I
Oh,
could spoiler it. We know what the podcast anniversary is going to be for next year. To cast on the 1st of January. I've got two
yeah.
cast ons for the 1st of January already.
Okay.
So we just secured the yarn for that one. It was on sale and it's just going to live under our Christmas trees and we'll pretend to be surprised at Christmas. But
Well, it will be a surprise to actually hold it in person, and that's exciting. I like that.
that'll be another thing. I'm going to end up crocheting for like an hour every day in my chair in the morning, which is not really a downside for me to keep up on both of those projects to start. And I may or may not do the Tudor 12 Days of Christmas again challenge this year for myself.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun.
Because that was really fun last year. I made the Tribeca trench. So,
Yes, I remember that.
because technically it starts with day zero, which is Christmas Day, and then you do 12 days after that.
Right,
And
right,
it's supposed to be 12 days of festivals and celebrations of the season.
right.
And obviously it's offset because we run on a modern version of a calendar and we celebrate holidays differently now than even we would have done like 5 or 10 years ago. So like whatever, you keeping up with the Joneses, traditions change. But I do like this. And then I listen to medieval music and I just sort of
That's so fun. I love
have
that.
have a more Victorian or middle-aged celebration system going on for those, and I like that a lot better. So
Well, see, that's what the holidays are all about, is tradition and doing what you like and doing the same things year after year. That's important.
I think it's for a time of change. I get very traditions are complicated and they're very weighty. And unless you fit into very specific tiny niche bubbles, you get left out. So
Yeah,
there is a boatload of things that come with the word tradition that I would like to drop box into a garbage pit of fire because I hate what they do to other people. I hate what they do to other people. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. It drives me up the wall. And then we put the word tradition on it, and then we're supposed to just all accept it, which just I cannot. Now, do I make other people suffer my preference for experimenting with medieval food? Absolutely not. I do that to myself because it's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fair. They
Well,
cooked very differently and had very different tastes. Totally fine. Totally fine.
yeah, and that's okay, but food is a huge part
Food
of
is a
the
huge
whole.
thing. I'm making changes is difficult because people will fight you on it. Where it's like we shouldn't be having the fight on changing a food thing to accommodate someone's health. Like that should never, it shouldn't be, but we always have that. It should be, what do you need? Okay, we're going to make that change.
Yes, well, definitely. If
But
health
that's not the argument you get. A lot of it's around things like I get a lot of flack because I go to Christmas carols. I'm not Christian. They don't care that I'm not Christian. I'm there to celebrate their faith, and I love the expression of faith. But boy, do I get flack from people from doing that. I watch as family, as people, all of us, go, I've got family things to do. There are family traditions. I'm like, do you understand how harmful and how hurtful you're being when you're saying this statement out loud or on the internet, because you and I are internet people, to people who don't have family? Who've
mm,
never been blessed enough to have family, who are alone. You're literally telling them they're worth nothing because you don't have time for them. It's like, whoa, just whoa. Need to pump the brakes on some of the things we label as traditions.
mm,
Not all of them, but we need to pump the brakes on some of them and we need to find a balance. Do I do a family dinner? Absolutely, we do a family dinner. We do a family dinner around my brother-in-law's work schedule because he works as a grocery department store manager. And if you think you're busy Christmas,
yeah, it's
you've got nothing
crazy,
on
it'll
him.
be
If
crazy
you think
busy.
you're busy at Christmas.
Sure.
But a chunk of my hours are spent hanging out with seniors who a vast majority of won't even see their families if they have families left at all.
Mm.
And they're left entirely alone because staff take days off to go spend time with their family. But
Well,
all they hear is it's time to spend with time family, it's time to spend with family, it's time to spend do the traditions, but they're not allowed to participate in those anymore or
and
physically cannot.
I think in that case,
Yeah.
then you have to make your own new traditions as your family changes, and
Yes.
you have
And
to
then for some of them
still.
they have dementia, they have Alzheimer's. They don't know what day it is. They just know that their
uh,
usual visit
yeah,
isn't happening.
I think for other
Yeah.
people, because it is for me too, right? Because my
Yeah.
kids are grown up and it changes things, but you still have to just,
You have to do things. I just wish we were far more particular about how we used the word tradition
well, I think
because
that
of everything we exclude out from it.
I think that just means something different to everybody, and everybody has to find their own way to have some holiday magic. And it may be different than it was in years past.
It could be a different time of year entirely, but
Yep.
we don't use the word tradition.
Well, I don't know.
How many times do you hear the word I traditionally spend the Chinese New Year
Well, yeah,
eating insert favorite Chinese food here?
I
How
could
many
start.
of us go, well, a traditional Ramadan is, or a traditional, oh man, oh, my buddy's going to kick my butt. He's Jewish and I can't remember. Hanukkah?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
he has traditions, but
yep.
he can't be as open with
Mhm.
verbalizing what he does as traditions as you can be if you're a Western science or
Well,
Christian background. And
I'm
that's not
hoping,
cool. That's not cool.
I'm hoping that is starting to change.
Oh, I know we've got a long way to go, but I would really love for him to be able to get just as excited about Hanukkah as I see friends get excited for turkey dinner.
Well,
I'm
yep.
hoping. I
Oh,
see a lot of progress in the younger generation, so I'm hopeful. I'm very
oh, I think
hopeful.
so. I think so.
I'm very hopeful. In my generation, not so much.
Oh, yeah. So see, Pravina's saying our Christmas comes in October. It's called Diwali. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I
See,
but
and there's
like,
a
could you
lot.
get as excited without getting flack about it? Because like the first words that's going to come out of most people's mouth is that's too early for Christmas. Well, no, it's
Yeah,
not. That's your Christmas. That
I
is
think you
absolutely the right
should
time for it.
shout it from the rooftop.
Yeah, but we don't really give space for that,
But
and it
there's a
drives me bonkers.
whole lot like in the stores here.
Hmm.
There's a lot. There was all decorations, like whole displays set up
Oh yeah. Like I just
for different
so good.
celebrations, which I love.
So good. I'm so glad it's coming. I know, well,
Yep.
I mean, like it's the use of wordage, right? And the English language is loosey-goosey at the best of times.
Ooh. So,
It's
oh,
loosey-goosey at the best of times. But I'm starting to have problems with the word tradition. I'm really starting to have problems with it. My dad will do it. He'll be like, well, we open Christmas presents in the morning. We absolutely did not open Christmas presents till after supper Christmas Day, till I was well into my teenage years. And that was to accommodate the fact that I might be working depending on where I was working. Because I always took the holiday shift.
Sam,
If
what?
a holiday shift was available, I took it.
Yeah. Oh,
Or I was sleeping.
okay, Sam just sent me a picture, but I'm not sure. It's not a dishcloth, so I'm not sure what it is.
Ooh, not a dishcloth.
So Diane doesn't have much sock yarn stash left.
That's a
So,
good place to be. Maybe you
so
do TK weight socks or house slippers. Like, could we open it up to like those knee-high house socks where you can like walk around and like pull up? They're like socks, but also leggings at the same time.
sure.
You see them in the stores around this time of year, the cozy reading
Reading
socks.
socks.
Yeah,
Sure.
those
You want
big
to do
thick
that?
ones. Because
You
that's
want to
like
do
worsted weight,
like
right? Like
worsted
that's a
weight?
worsted
Sure.
weight. Those would be fun.
But no, that's why she's going to Mary Maxim so she can buy sock yarn.
Okay, never mind. I didn't say anything. You need sock yarn.
Yes. Go buy some sock yarn, Christmas sock yarn. That is always wonderful. Um,
I got distracted. I was supposed to be working my spider web, not complaining about our use of the English language.
yeah, yep. Paula says, yep, it would be boring if we were all the same. That's right. I love
Oh,
all the different holidays.
so good.
Yep.
So good.
I just want
I
them.
am so excited. Like I'm counting in my head and trying to talk at the same time, which never goes well. Like I've gone to Christmas Carol retellings where it's themed like Star Wars. I've gone to ones where I've been in a French bistro. Like it just the amount of creativity behind it is so beautiful. I've been to gorgeous Hanukkah ceremonies with the lightings of the candles. Like I've done outside Christmas caroling. Guys, I was baptized united. I am not a practicing Christian. It is not my faith. But I love choirs. I love listening to people sing and express their faith. It's just so beautiful. It doesn't matter what the faith is. It's so beautiful. So
Well,
beautiful.
Eric has well a new roommate. He's moved in over a year ago,
That's
and
fine. Still new-ish.
yep, and he is Jewish. So they had a great time last year celebrating both.
Yeah.
So everybody experienced something new and different traditions and different
Yeah.
food, and it was quite fun.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, it's
so
delightful.
Jocelyn,
Absolutely delightful.
this is for you. Sam
What is
sent
this?
for you. Does it
What am I
look
looking?
a Victorian living room, red furniture, red carpet, chandelier, red fancy drapes?
Yeah, guys, they had a way of decorating. I don't
Yep.
particularly want to live in that level of decoration. That's more dusting than I want to do in my life. Nor am I really a doily person at
No,
heart.
no, no. Blah, blah. Take that back.
I have no problems with doilies. That does not mean I want them in my house.
Oh, Jocelyn.
Now, if
Okay.
we're talking a doily pattern blown up and used to make a lace overlay skirt, now I'm on board.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'll let you
But a
off the hook.
doily on a table, not so much. Guys, I don't even use coasters. I have coasters for the mysterious Mr. B, who is a coaster fanatic.
Oh my goodness.
He loves coasters so very much. His whole family is all about coasters. I am not about coasters. You can use a coaster. There are coasters in my house. You're more than welcome to use a coaster. I will never use a coaster. Why do I never use a coaster? Because then people leave them on the table. And what does that make? That makes an unlevel surface for a blind person to put a cup down on and spill things.
Well, there you go. You got a
Yeah.
good reason.
Yeah. Doilies look pretty. I just don't want them on my tables. I just don't. They don't fit the aesthetic of weird eclectic that I've got going on. It just doesn't quite vibe. Now, like blankets thrown over every chair back from here to next Sunday, absolutely, totally. Cushions that don't match anything else, of course. None
Well,
of my furniture is the same as any other piece of my furniture. They're all single piece bought items. Dude, looks like the spirit of somebody's 1980s grandmother threw up all over in my apartment. And I love it, and it's fine. And then you have like anime figures on bookshelves and science fiction fantasy books and my textbooks from university crammed into one place. So like it's very much me. It's my art on the walls the same way. It's completely eclectic. But there's just some things that don't buy. I have little rubber duckies hidden all over my apartment. Like you'll just be looking somewhere and there's a rubber ducky staring at you.
every time I see those, I think of you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's just how that's what I like. But for whatever reason, doilies and coasters aren't it for me. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I think they're quite pretty. They're just not for
Listen
me.
to this.
But again, take a nice, beautiful lace doily pattern, blow it up to make it like an A-line skirt or like a half circle skirt.
For sure.
I'd do that as an overlay. Like I'd have like a slip-on underneath. Like how cute would that be?
That would be great.
And then you've knitted
So,
yourself a skirt.
um, oh yes, Diane. That's what I was gonna say. Okay, what did I just read that I thought sounded so exciting? Diane said she loves doilies and mandalas and round designs. She wants a wall of sweater yokes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Imagine, because it's so fun when you start the yoke and it gets bigger and it still lies nice and flat and you've got all the color work around there. It would be fantastic.
I think it'd be very pretty.
That would be really nice.
I have everything from Inuit art prints to very scantily clad men of an anime style,
Mhm.
um, to cartoon buffalo
Yeah.
on my walls. It's I've got sags on frames. I've got it's none of it.
Yeah.
None of it would work on its own, but together it makes sense. You look at a wall of my art and you go, no, it's very Jocelyn. Like
Have
my
what
Inuit art sits next to my sister's flow painting.
Nikki says that she lives in her northern slipper socks, and that is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
dark
yeah.
house slippers. Yeah, sure. They're in Christmas yarn, go for it.
I just think that would be really fun and very quick because it's a
Yeah,
thicker yarn, right?
absolutely, and super cozy. It would be wonderful.
Which is the time of year we should be thinking about the cozy things.
Yep, because it's
Lots of
that
places are getting cold.
it is. It was cold here the last couple of days. Today was a lovely day. It warmed up and it's going to be nice right through the weekend. But yep, the cold weather is coming, so we've got to be ready. Time for knitters to shine and to just
Yee, I'm so excited.
like all the things, right?
Finally cool enough in the mornings. I can wear fingerless mittens with my sweater.
Oh, Jocelyn, I wasn't saying fingerless mitts, but Tuesday,
What about
Tuesday,
Tuesday?
I was cold. My hands were cold, and I was like wishing I had mitts on
Fingerless
Tuesday morning.
mitten.
But yeah, but thankfully it's warmed up, so we're gonna have a couple more days before it gets mitten weather.
Fingerless
But that's
mittens.
coming. It's coming. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what, Diane? I hope you get a chance to get to Mary Maxim. If you don't get to Woolstock, that's all right. It'll be there next year. But if you do happen to come, pop over, say hi to Cheryl and I. And yeah, it's gonna be so fun. Oh my gosh. So the Fiber Friends, we're podcasting Sunday night.
Yes, because your guys are going to be at the show on Saturday.
We're going to be at the show on Saturday, but
Yeah.
I'll try and do maybe a Facebook Live in the Fiber Friends group Saturday morning just before the doors open, or at some point kind of show. We had talked about doing like a before and after of Cheryl's booth, getting
Oh,
a
that'd
look
be
at
fun.
all of the bags, give it like a little zoom in on all of the bags on all of the shelves. And then at the end of the day, we'll do a little recap of what's left.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. And then I may do some walk around and show you guys some different things. We'll see. Woolstock's always a little bit different than our other, like the Kitchener Knitters Fair that was last month, because this is fiber. Like it's for spinners, it's for weavers, it's for knitters. There's rug hooking there. So it's much more of a fiber event where some of the others are just strictly yarn for knitting. So this has a little bit more variety and
I
some different.
know me and Diana are talking about the next time Knit City goes to Toronto because they're going to be in Montreal this spring.
Yes. Yep.
Then the next time they flip to Toronto, we're going to see if we can get me out there to
Oh,
do a girls' weekend.
oh, that would be so fun.
Yeah, so we're gonna maybe try for that,
Mm,
depending on where I'm at and what's going on.
yes. Diane, I remember meeting you last year. You were with your husband. And yeah, it was wonderful. Oh, Paula needs to go to sleep. It's 2 a.m. and the alarm is going to go off at 6. Yeah,
Wow, that's a short sleep
better.
cycle.
You better close your eyes. Oh, Diane, yep, you also met Dawn and Cheryl, Noel, and a few others. Yes, and Dawn and no or yeah, Dawn will be there. Lisa's going to be there. Adrian will be around. Um, Noel and Kelly are off to Rhinebeck, which I'm a little jealous of, but it's a bummer because Rhinebeck and Woolstock are typically always the same weekend. So yeah, there may have to be a year that I miss Woolstock and go back to Rhinebeck. If the weather's going to be as nice in Rhinebeck as it's supposed to be here, it will be a really fun time in Rhinebeck this weekend. Oh, Jude, yes, 2 a.m. for you as well. Yes, Mr. Santa. All right. Well, you guys, it is
Is
time
it
for
time?
that out. It is. It
I'm just
is.
finishing my last spider square. I don't even know what to call these.
Look at that. Well, how like super productive for you. We get to sit and chat and you get your project finished.
I love these chats, even if it does inevitably lead to me ranting about a weird thing.
Say, oh, Louise, it's a picture that I want with my sister. It's supposed to be haunted. This picture you sent me was supposed to be haunted? Didn't look haunted. I look kind of cool though.
It looks
Anyways,
really,
all right, you guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us on a
yeah.
Thursday night.
Yeah, and we're done. Woohoo!
That's so fun. I like that. I want to make those next year.
Yeah, these are fun to make. I might end up making a couple in like other colors for like the Christmas tree
I really like those.
because I think that'd be cute on the Christmas tree. It's gonna turn into like a poncho shawl thing somehow.
That's fun.
I've read the instructions and I'm following the instructions, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would just like those for just the way they are for giving like a spider web.
Oh yeah, this super cute spider
Halloween
web.
for Halloween decorating.
Oh yeah, no, they'd be
I
excellent.
need to make myself a note, like next September, note to self, ask Jocelyn about spider web pattern. I don't know.
But I've
Anyways,
got I've got a lot, and I got the big one because she has you do the big one. I obviously need to block these guys so they're like a little not very showcase where they get. And then you do a bunch of little ones on one side and even more little ones on the other
so
side, and then you fold it into like a poncho shawl situation.
what's the name of this pattern?
I'll have to go look it up. Hang on. And then you crochet a little spider to live in the center of the big spider web. Where's my phone? Let's start with that question first. It's there.
That's really cute.
I will pull it up here. Will it be super fast? Absolutely not.
I just like doing the little spider webs.
Oh, I may have lied.
That would be fun.
Spider web granny poncho.
Spider web granny poncho. All right. Oh, and there's the spider. Haha. Okay, that looks super cute.
So I'm gonna do that. I also have like this spider web fay vest that I'm working on too, but I don't have that here right now. because you know that's how things go.
Oh, Diane, you'll post one on Facebook that you love doing. It's meant to be uneven for door corners, like a spider web.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, there's tons of spiderweb patterns.
I'm sure there is.
Mhm.
Now I'm thinking, hmm. Okay, I will contemplate that. All right, everybody, let's wrap up for tonight. It's just past 9 o'clock. So thank you guys for hanging out with us and have a great weekend. Whatever you're
Yeah.
up to. I know some people maybe it was Monday night, said that they were having some, I think there was a fiber festival in Ohio.
Oh, well, I would imagine the last of the fall festivals are happening right now.
I would think so. So maybe,
It'll be holiday markets shortly.
well, it will be. So, hopefully you guys can find something fun to do, whether it's a fiber show or it's just like a fall market.
Next
All the
weekend
all the
is
fun stuff.
the Central Canadian Comic Con for me.
Oh,
So
well,
Saturday I've got whip sprints, and then on Sunday me and the mysterious Mr. B are gonna go watch some panels and go take a look because both of our favorite small artists are vending. So I'm gonna go look more roly poly Rocky Pol. Oh man, it's the one with the cartoon buffalo. I've got a couple of their art pieces, so I'm gonna go see if I can go get another one.
well, that's
So
good.
we're gonna spend the Sunday eating food, checking out nerdy panels, and shopping for ourselves.
Well, that sounds just perfect.
Hmm.
All right. Well, um, all right. Well, then let's say goodbye for now, and we will catch up with you. So, Jocelyn, we'll be back. I think we were on track for
As
the
far as I know, you don't have
Friday.
anything that's a conflict for the first Friday of November.
I don't, no, I don't. I'm
Okay.
helping my daughter move that day, but I
Okay.
will be home in time.
Okay.
So I may be exhausted, but I will be here.
Which, fair. Moving days are a lot of work.
Well, I think that, yeah, technically we're not moving, but they will just have gotten the key a couple of days before, and that's going to be Anita's first day off work. So we're going to go in and clean top to
Yes.
bottom and
Yeah, no, you
and
always
start.
need to clean before you move in.
Yeah, so we're going to be cleaning all day and then hopefully bringing one or two carloads of stuff over just to get a start. And then I'm going to have Scarlett for the weekend while they are actually moving. So I don't know who is going to be busier, the moving people or grandma who's
Or
chasing
grandma.
Tyler.
I know that I'm gonna like I want a smaller apartment so I have less stuff to take care of. So
Mhm,
I know once the this apartment starts going on show towards the end of my lease,
mhm,
the monster's gonna go live with my sister
mhm.
when we get close to moving time so I can pack and not stress her out. She'll just think I've abandoned her at my sister's house,
Uh,
which will be less stressful for her, because it is way easier to pack and move if there you do not have a pet or a small child underfoot.
exactly. Absolutely. Can just
It just
focus
it
and
just is. Just is.
all right. So that'll be, I think that's November 2nd, the Friday night.
Yes, yeah, it's pretty early in November.
Yeah. All right,
Oh,
everybody.
we
Well,
could show off our cast-ons too,
ooh.
because we'll have cast on our socks.
Uh-huh. We will.
We'll be able to do that.
Maybe that will be
You won't be able to resist talking about it. That can't be your secret crafting for the month.
no, that's right. Yes, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that Friday night for sure. All right. All right. Well, have a great weekend, Jocelyn.
You too.
Have a good weekend, everybody else. And we will see you all in a couple weeks.
I'll see Jen tomorrow at the Patreon unit.
All right. Well, you guys have fun. All right. Bye.